Hi, Scorpio, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for November 2019. Happy birthday to all those Scorpios out there celebrating birthdays in November. Before we get into the reading, Scorpio, I want you to put a question out to your Spirit Guide where you need, an answer, guidance, clarity, confirmation, whatever it is you need. Put it out to your Spirit Guide before we begin the message. Before I started recording these, it came to me to ask each sign to put their question out to their spirit guide before the reading, and then through the reading you will actually receive your answer. It will either come through the overall message, or there will be a card or two cards or several cards that speak to you very personally, and that's your spirit guide coming through giving you an answer. So really pay attention to the image on the card, the word, and if it has any personal relation for you. Also, if you're feeling a message outside of what I'm divinating from a card, take that as well. That's your spirit guide giving you answers and clarity, Scorpio. So I'm going to start your reading, and I'm going to pull a card from your spirit guides as the overall advice they wish to give you for the month of November. Learn from your mistakes. Scorpio, we are in a Mercury retrograde, the last one of the year as well as this decade, and it is happening in your sign. We're in Scorpio season, so this here I don't really feel is saying to you, hey, wise up and learn from your mistakes. I don't think that's what it's saying. I feel that your guides are saying all that understanding, clarity, wisdom from everything you've been going through in 2019 is now expanding into your conscious mind, and things are starting to finally make sense, and you're connecting the dots, and you're seeing where you did make mistakes and where you wish you had made different choices, where you may have been foggy and cloudy in that, looking back in that recollection, and now it's crystal clear, and you're taking accountability and responsibility within yourself for different choices that you made. And it's like, it doesn't matter all the reasons why you made those choices. You're not even looking at that. You're just seeing how all the dots connect, and it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. And it's wisdom at this point. It's clarity at this point. And that's what's happening to Scorpio in November. All you've been through, all the experiences you have learned, you have completed cycles, you're having a major purge and cleanse, purification, shedding so many energies and experiences that no longer serve you because you've learned and you've overcome them. And now November, here you are, Scorpio, rising. Oh, I like it. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards to dig deeper. And don't forget to look at the image or the word just to see if it's personally resonating with you as your answer from your spirit guide. Security. And I'll let you look at that for just a second. Solitude. And relaxation. Scorpio, November is a time for you to kind of go on your own little path, your own little journey. Really disconnect from everything you possibly can because of this purge and transformation, everything taking place inside of you. You don't have the mental or emotional energy to deal with other people and their drama and their problems and their expectations of you. It's like, do the bare minimum, like where you have responsibilities, and I don't mean like only halfway do them. What I mean is where you must do something, it is a responsibility in your everyday life. Do those things, but all the other stuff that is not a responsibility that must be fulfilled by you, Scorpio, disconnect from that. You don't need to be doing anybody favors, helping anybody, listening to their drama, listening to their trauma, trying to fix them, trying to help them out, lend them money, worrying about them and their situation. You don't have the energy for that. You're going through a major transformation right now, like the caterpillar turning into the butterfly is what I feel. And we have 2 big full moons, and the Taurus full moon is taking place in the middle of November. So Scorpio, for the first 2 weeks of November is, I feel, when you're kind of in this mode of really needing to disconnect and detach and be in your own space and your own energy so that you can recharge and have all of this wisdom and understanding rise into your consciousness, thus allowing the purification of all these experiences to finally like dissipate from you. And it's a process. Like, you're going to go through emotions where maybe you feel moody. One day you're happy and you feel good about everything, and then the next day you're like, oh my God, I can't believe, it sucks. Like, I get it, but it's because you're cleaning house emotionally, energetically, spiritually. You're really overcoming stuff. Well, I should say you have overcome it, but now it's like your reality is living in to that moment, because we always are in the residual of our energy stream of all things that we have said and done. Like, we live in the residual of that. So you completing these life cycles, lessons, and coming into a new place of solidity and clarity, thus elevating your vibration, your experience on earth, that's already happened. You're just now coming into the experience, like, physically. It's starting to play out and manifest in your physical reality, and it's going to be taxing. It's going to take a lot out of you. And some of you, this just could be where your energy feels really low and you're super tired and you just don't feel like going out or dealing with anybody. Don't feel bad about that, Scorpio. That is your natural instincts letting you know what you need for you right now, and that needs to matter most, because major insight is taking place in your consciousness, which after that process is complete, the way that you see things and the way you make choices is going to be different. And you need the time of the transition, so to speak. And for me personally, this was kind of happening to me in October. If you notice, I didn't upload as much, and I didn't really do much with Instagram or Facebook towards the end of the month, because when you just don't have the juice, you just don't have the juice, and I can't fake it. Like, I can't even come up with content to put on Facebook or Instagram when I'm in this space and things are transforming inside of me, and I can't. And so don't feel bad, Scorpio, if that's where you're at, where you're like, I got no juice for anything. There's nothing wrong with you. It's all very spiritual, and by the end of November, if not by the middle, I would say between the middle and to the end of November is when you're really going to start feeling better and feeling very empowered. And man, the understanding and insight and clarity that you are rising into, it's just, it feels so good. All right, let's pull some more cards. The moon, yes. See, the moon is very strong in your reading. 2 full moons and then the new moon here. So I'm going to say your Scorpio new moon at the end of October was the catalyst of everything that's happening to you right now. And, by the middle of November, things are really going to start evening out. Now, ooh, yeah, because look we've got the Queen of Cups. That's your energy all day. All day, whether you are male or female, and that's talking more about your intuition and your emotional body and your spiritual energy, maybe being sucked dry, feeling like you don't have any juice as you're going through this purge and transformation. Next, we have the King of Wands. And lastly is the Six of Swords. Scorpio, there could be a fire sign involved with this, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I feel more inclined that, you know, this is just speaking about how you start out November with this moon energy and the Queen of Cups, that low energy, maybe feeling emotional or moody, not quite balanced, out of sorts. And then after this full moon in Taurus, you shift into this King of Wands and Six of Swords energy, where you are recharged, you feel back in control, you feel very empowered, you feel like a leader of yourself, you're ready to jump back into life, but also your mental and emotional body are so much more in balance than they were when you started out October, just because you're going through this beautiful purge and transformation. I know it's no fun while it's happening, but I just know what is on the other side of it, and it's always worth it. Scorpio, it is always, always worth it. And I see that for you, going from, you know, low energy, and also with the moon and this Queen of Cups, that's needing your solitude, needing to be in your own energy. And then here you are, you transform, and you are just, you're a new version of yourself. I mean, going from the Queen of Cups into the King of Wands, and that's very spiritual energy and a relaxed mental body and emotional body. So this is a month, transformation as well as healing. Like the purge brings about a healing, and there's nothing that you really need to specifically do, Scorpio. This is all very organic and just happening quite naturally in your experience because you've completed cycles here. Okay, let's pull another card. Reconciliation. This, to me, is speaking of two different things, actually. First thing is, you know, where you really need to detach and be in your own space, be a hermit, you know, have your solitude. And after the middle of the month, when you start feeling better, then you can, you know, reconnect with people. It doesn't mean like you don't talk to anybody 100%, but you really do need your space while you go through this process. And again, it's just something that's happening very naturally. And after it's complete, you will be able to just realign with the people in your life, and like you'll feel good. And some of you, through this transformation and purge, it's allowing certain relationships and connections to reemerge into your life, okay? And, you know, that's Mercury retrograde is famous for that. These reconnections are of a positive nature, Scorpio, because you're rising. And so these reconnections, these people have also risen, so you guys are meeting in this higher version of yourselves in the same space, which is so nice. All right, let's pull another card. The Tree of Illumination, and it says truth, revelations, understanding. There you go. There you go, Scorpio. That is what you are coming into. And in that space, you rise, and then you start making different decisions, and you just see things so much differently, and your emotional body and mental body are so beautifully balanced. Like that it feels like the most important thing. I don't know, you know, what you're going through, or how out of sorts you've been. Some of you, it could be way more severe than others, but I feel such a relief for you guys. So I know, like, the way this energy transitions mid-month, like, that's what you feel is like this beautiful relief. All is well. The Tree of Illumination, that's you, Scorpio. Like, that's what you're coming into. Everything you've been through, it's time to purge, and so you can rise. Wow, beautiful reading for you, Scorpio. Those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.